I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, it's the last time I'll talk to you before the election. I'll tell you how it'll affect the real estate market and why you should go solar. This election's going to really change the tax credit you get. It's all just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. If you've been threatened by the IRS, you're not helpless. I'm attorney Justin Clark. You have the power to fight wage garnishments and to fight levies on your account. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your life.
This is a special offer from IQ Power Solar.
Stop paying high electric bills with a solar power system from IQ Power Solar. And now it's never been easier. IQ Power Solar can give you immediate electric bill relief right now when you go solar. IQ Power Solar will reimburse you for your very next electric bill. Plus, if you're a first responder, IQ Power Solar will pay your program payment for the rest of the year. Call 407-585-1018 now or visit iqpowersolar.com.
Welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, renter, or even looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of it like getting multiple open houses, all from your living room, but with my attorney advice throughout the way. Any questions whatsoever, I have people standing by to answer them right now. The phone number is right here. I want you to use it, 407-205-0400. If you want to start your house hunt, you want to find that dream home this weekend, you're going to need to get pre-qualified for a mortgage. And what better time to get a mortgage than now? 2.7, 2.8% rates. It's crazy. And that is why Dallas Lehman with You Have Mortgage is standing by at that same phone number. He'd be happy to talk to you right now. 407-205-0400. It's a great show today. You will not want to miss a single minute. But first, the opening statement. The opening statement today is brought to you by my good friends over at IQ Power Solar. If you could see my house right now, and you're about to, I have solar on my house. Saved me over $1,300 this summer alone. My electric bill last year, $500 a month. This year, $50 a month. I love solar. One of the best financial decisions I've ever made. Most importantly, though, this year, saved me $10,000 on my taxes. If you don't act now, if you don't call IQ Power Solar right now, you're going to have to wait till next year to get solar, which is going to cost you money. When it comes to taxes, please call 407-205-0400. I will connect you with Stephen Bader right now with IQ Power Solar. Steve, tell us how you did it at my house. Live here on site with the COO of IQ Power Solar, Stephen Bader. I already had solar installed on my house. I wanted to see his crew in action against Steve. You must admit, this is the most talented crew in all of solar.
I'm pretty happy with it.
The guys are doing a great job up there, obviously, professional. I mean, solar can have some people and some businesses that aren't so good. What separates IQ Power Solar?
Well, it's really valuable to have your own install crew instead of subcontractors, etc. So these guys work together year after year. They've done a lot of trainings together. Every time there's a new product that comes to market, they go to manufacturer trainings. We're actually a warranty center for a lot of manufacturers, which is really cool, and it distinguishes us, especially when it comes to servicing. But really, it's just about cohesiveness. You know, these guys, they get here in the morning, they review the engineer drawings together. Sometimes they review the drawings in the office on a chalkboard environment when there's problems and stuff like that. But they lay it out and then just execute. So it's really cool when they have a lot of experience together, just like anything else.
There's something to be said for one truck, two trucks, three trucks, all with the logo on there. Everyone has the same shirt, IQ Power Solar. I mean, this is a real professional organization.
We try.
And Stephen Bader, IQ Power Solar, thanks for coming out today.
Of course.
Just in case you haven't heard lately, mortgage rates are at historic lows. In my entire career, I have never seen them dip this low. Now may be your best time to own your dream home and stop throwing your hard-earned money away on rent, refinance to a lower rate to save money on your monthly mortgage payment, or pay off high-interest credit card and other debt. My name is Dallas Lehman, president of You Have Mortgage. No one knows when rates will begin to climb again, but they will and can go back up quickly. Call me today so we can tailor your historic rate and program. Our premier Under One Roof team is here to provide our very best for you.
Thank you very much, Steve. The opening statement today is a little bit different, and you have spoken, and I have listened. It was actually Tom in Orlando who said via Facebook, and I quote, "Justin, I send you a question every single week, and it seems like you blab on and on and on and never get to my question during the real estate roundtable." Tom, you might have a point, buddy. And here's what I'm going to do for you this week. Not only am I going to answer your questions, I'm going to answer everyone's questions that I haven't gotten to from the last 3 weeks. It's one big real estate roundtable edition of You Have Real Estate Today. And who better to help me do it than to answer your real questions than two very good friends of mine. And it is time for Real Questions. Every Saturday here on You Have Real Estate, I ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Today on the show, welcome back Jennifer Allen. Jennifer, how are you?
I'm good.
And first-time guest Alex Stefano. Alex, welcome to the show. What's up, brother?
Thanks, Justin.
How are you? I'm glad you guys could be here. Obviously, kind of weird times, but here's what we're going to do today. We're literally going to go answer everyone's questions from the last few weeks about real estate. Easy enough, right? And then we're also going to show you some great properties, though, that these two have listed. And let's start here with Tom in Orlando. Tom's the one that was on my case a little bit about not getting to the questions. And his question is this: how do I prepare my home before I sell it? What do you think, Alex?
It's a good question. Very important. I would say the first thing to do is get rid of clutter. Make sure it's clean. Talk to a real estate professional, I think, is probably the best first move to make.
Yeah.
Get us in there. See if there's some minor repairs that need to be made.
Yeah, maybe some paint.
You don't want to spend a lot of money. You may over improve and price yourself out of the market, but just get somebody in there that knows what to look for and guide you along the way.
You know, some people that are looking to sell their house will say, you know, Justin, I'm going to sell my house. I'm going to put in a whole new kitchen. Does that ever pay for itself when you're going through the selling process?
I can't say it always pays for itself from time to time, but just take into consideration your tastes and wants and needs may be completely different from the person that's going to come in and make it their home.
Right.
So let's talk about Johnny's little room upstairs. I raised Johnny. He has all the trophies there. I mean, what should I do with Johnny's room, you think, Jen? Because, you know, in my experience, maybe that kind of turns people off at times. Well, yeah, Johnny seems cute and all, but I need to have my own vision for the place. What should I do with Johnny's little room?
Definitely, like Alex said, declutter. I mean, you know, don't get rid of the trophies, obviously, but pack them away, you know, take them to your next house. Like paint, that's always good. Making sure everything's clean, you know. Basically just decluttering everything.
I think declutter is the word of the day in a lot of ways, because anyone who's looking to buy a new home, that means you live in a home now. And you probably have these drawers that are filled with Chinese menus and all this other crap that you want to get rid of. And your vision for moving, the reason why you want to move is you want that fresh start. You want to move into a house without the Chinese menus in the drawer. And I think decluttering, if you're looking to sell your house, is probably the best way to really maximize your value and quite honestly cost nothing.
Right.
That's true. You know, it's tough for somebody to put themselves into your home when they see all this sentimental and,
Right.
you know,
Pictures, you know.
make it
family
easy for
pictures.
somebody to position themselves there and
Right.
see themselves moving in.
This is the room Grandma died in. You don't want to do that sort of thing. You need to get a basic coat of paint. What does it cost to paint a 2,500 square foot house?
Inside and out, $6,000-$7,000.
And if you're doing just inside, maybe even $3,000, you're going to really attract a bunch of different buyers because you're going to have this neutral base.
Yeah, stick with neutral colors.
And
for sure.
yeah, so when they come in there, they're going to see, wow, this place is clean, it's fresh. I can get my own vision of what I want to do with it. Yet, you know, if you have the pink colors upstairs where little Sarah was raised, it can really turn off a buyer at times.
Yeah.
And again, you don't have to spend a lot of money to do this. Sure, if you want to do a whole kitchen, you know, before you do that, you need to hire an agent who really knows that that's going to help you maximize your value, because in my experience, most of the time it does not.
Right. You don't want to spend a lot of money and realize that's not important to the next person.
Exactly.
Sarah in Claremont, what is the best time of year to sell my home? Now, first of all, we're in mid-pandemic,
sure.
but the market is super hot for sellers. But generally speaking, Jennifer, is there a good time, bad time of year to sell?
No, I don't think so. I mean, even though we've gone through what we've gone through this year with the coronavirus and it obviously being an election year, you know, we're still the market's hot. I mean, everything's flying off the shelf. Interest rates are so low. I mean, it's doable. Anytime.
Crazy seller's market. Alex, what do you think generally a good time of year versus bad time of year to sell?
In Florida right now, we've got so many people moving to the state, and that trend's not going to stop anytime soon. No. Now, what I have seen, the market's moving with such a velocity. I would say the first thing to do is get in touch with a real estate professional, because a house that's priced right in good condition, it may be gone the first day, second day, so you need to have all your ducks in a row. You have your mortgage put in place. And just be ready to move. So
you and I were both working in this industry, Alex, in 2006 when it was the hottest it's ever been. 2005, 2006. How does this market now compare to 05, 06?
I think it's steadier, but still it's moving fast. You just have to be prepared, ready to move. When you find that property you like, you have to pull the trigger. Obviously, you're going to do your due diligence, but let's make sure you have all the pieces in place so you are able to.
I totally agree. If you're looking to buy or sell, I would do yourself a favor right now and call one of these two, 407-205-0400. We're going to tour some properties as well. In fact, Derek, Ryan, let's go ahead and start with one. We'll kind of spread them out throughout the show. We want to give you some open houses, all from your living room. And let's start here, very close to my house, 1983 Bridgewater Drive. Alex, this is in Lake Mary. Now, I will tell you, same neighborhood as me, but I live in the poor part of this neighborhood. This is the nice part of the hood.
It's a beautiful neighborhood. This is really where all the estate homes are in Heathrow. It's beautiful. Over an acre and a half, 5-bedroom, 5-bath, pool home, no cage. It's just open with a great backyard. We've got a putting green, a chipping green back there. So if you're a golfer, this is perfect for you. Obviously a gated community. A lot of wildlife. You'll wake up every morning with a deer in your backyard. Yeah, it's a beautiful home. We've got it priced to sell. This would be a perfect home for somebody to come in and want to put their own touches on the place. Like I said, we've priced it to have some room in there, so there is some improvements, and you're still in the market, right?
Square footage and price point here. What are we looking at?
We're just under $1 million, $999, and 5,200 square foot home.
Wow, that's big.
We've got a wine cellar, great open floor plan. The kitchen flows into the family room, master downstairs. There's also a guest room downstairs, and the remainder of the rooms are upstairs with also a sitting area up there. It's a beautiful home.
I've always wanted a wine cellar, but I've always wondered if I could keep mine stocked or not. You know what I mean?
Just put a lock on it and give somebody else the key.
Yeah, it won't let me open it after midnight, I would say. We need some kind of rule like that. But with the rates now, and $999 seems like a lot of money, I would think, to you. But if you look at the rates, I mean, we can kind of figure out the payment monthly on $999,000. It's what, $5,000, $4,500, something like that. Which I understand this is it's a big house, but with the rates where they are now, I mean, this is getting affordable for those of you in even the kind of lower 6 digits, I would say. And a beautiful home, and really that is priced to sell. I know that neighborhood well. You're not going to find much in that neighborhood under $1 million. That's for sure.
You're not, right?
Especially at 5,200 square feet. What do you guys think about the pools? Should we have the enclosure or not? This one has no enclosure, no screen. What do you think?
I personally like it without the screen.
Without the screen.
But, we do live in Florida and with mosquitoes, but there's ways around that. So.
Okay. What do you think, Alex? What do you prefer?
I go no screen.
No screen?
Messes up my tan lines.
We can't have that. I mean, what about, so in my neighborhood, we get a lot of bears, and sometimes I feel like, do you think, the bear is going to visit my pool area if I don't have a screen?
Well, my old house, we had a screen, and I mean, the bear still
just came
broke
right
it.
in?
Yeah, because when we had the dog and we left the dog food out, so yeah, it still got in there.
That's what you get for feeding the bear the pizza. Never mind. I think that's a federal crime or something. I don't think you did it. All right, Jen, I want to have you show us another house here. Same neighborhood, right down the street.
Oh, yeah.
1611 Bridgewater Drive.
Yes.
Jen, tell me about this one.
So this is also in Heathrow Woods. It's guard gated. This is 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. It's on 1.25 acres, which is a big lot. Everyone in there pretty much has big lots, which is super nice. It does have a swimming pool. All travertine. The lighting in this house is amazing. It's amazing. We've spent a lot of time there, with the owners and stuff, and it has such a good feel to it. Yeah.
How many square feet here?
That one is,
That's right. It's probably about
3,800.
Oh, 3,800.
3,800.
And price point on this one?
It's 850.
850. So even under $1 million. Again, in that neighborhood, under $1 million is it's hard to find. I would
It's a
say.
unique house. I really like that.
I've always wondered, and you might not be able to answer this. I don't know. When you buy a house like that, what do you think? It's coming totally unfurnished. What do you think I should budget for couches and beds and furnishings?
Well, it depends on where you're shopping.
I know, yeah.
We're going to Rooms to Go or Restoration Hardware.
Yeah, how about Rooms to Go?
I don't know.
12,000.
Yeah.
12,000?
Maybe.
It's not too bad, I guess. Restoration Hardware?
120,000.
Is that right?
Well, I mean,
Kind
if
of do
you're
like
doing
halvesies
chandeliers-
on that? Maybe half Rooms to Go, half Restoration Hardware? So you do need to budget some for the furnishing, I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah, it just depends,
When you
but-
see a house this nice, how often do you see them include or at least negotiate the furnishing?
This house, they would negotiate.
Is that
Also,
right?
the other listing that we're going to show in a second, they're also.
So any idea what they would ask for the furniture in this house?
It really
or-
just depends on what it is. I mean, the next house Alex is going to show, they've got a marble table with the chairs that they're selling because it's so heavy that
Right.
they don't want to move it.
They don't want to move it, I get
but
it.
it looks good there, so
Yeah.
hopefully somebody likes it. And
If
they
you like the
purchase it.
house and you like the furniture, we'll get the deal done.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
Sure.
Exactly.
All right, let's go back to your questions before Tom yells at me again, accuse me of yapping and not answering your questions. All right, it's Maria in Lake Mary says, how long will it take to sell my home right now? What do you guys think?
If you're pricing it right, the house is in good condition, be prepared to move soon.
Is that right?
That's something we're running into now.
Yeah.
We're selling houses so fast. That's what I was saying. Get us involved early in the process so we know the whole picture. Not only can we sell your house, obviously you got to go somewhere.
I mean, do you ever see that where you're the agent, you're
It
the
happened
listing
last
agent?
week.
Really? And what do you say? They're like, well, I wasn't ready to go. We sold your
A
house.
seller wanted to sell so bad. We got under contract. He wanted to close in 30 days. We closed it in 30 days. A week into it, he said, I might have to move in with you. I can't find. I mean, that's just our market.
Yeah.
It's moving
Yeah.
so fast right now, which is great. Just be
wow.
prepared.
So they're
Get us
going
involved
quickly.
early.
Yes.
Right.
And then it's a
Absolutely.
multiple offer situation too. I mean, because if you have it priced properly, that's what's going to happen.
And Sam in Tampa checks in and says, first of all, I love the show, Justin. Watch on Facebook. You have real estate. How can I figure out how much my home is actually worth? What do you think, Jim?
Okay, so that's why you need to hire a real estate agent. And we can totally help you through that whole entire process of figuring that out.
The market's moving so fast right now. We're going to look at what's
Comps.
sold recently,
Yeah.
what's on the market
Yeah.
right now, and then really just the properties are unique. It's tough to.
Are you
Do
sitting
it
here
on your
telling
own.
me, Alex, that Zillow is not 100% accurate? Is that your statement right now? I can't believe this.
Zillow's nice, but they're not always accurate. They don't follow the same guidelines
No.
that our MLS follows, so sometimes you'll have some properties that may not be active on there. So, it's fun to browse, but if you want the true information, make sure you get in touch with us.
And Zillow can't know that your neighbor has a popcorn ceiling and a kitchen from 1960 and you've totally rehabbed your house. Zillow can't know that. It's not going in your house. You don't want Zillow. I don't want Zillow in my house either,
It's
do
not
you?
personal enough, correct?
No way.
Right.
All right, another property we want to show you here on our tour, as our tour continues, is 1075 Henley Down Place. Where is this?
This is in Heathrow.
Okay.
And I love this house.
Oh, nice.
I've spent a lot of time in this house. If you're doing entertaining, it does have a screened-in pool,
Oh, yeah.
but it's fine. It's a beautiful pool. It's got the all blue inlay on the surface. Great open floor plan. It's in the reserve at Heathrow, which I would consider the nicest neighborhood in all of Heathrow.
And the poor part of Heathrow, yes.
I wouldn't consider it the poor
I know.
part.
No. The reserve is the best part of the poor part
Okay,
of Heathrow.
if we're gonna put it that way.
I'm calling Heathrow Woods the rich part of Heathrow,
I agree.
and then my part of Heathrow the poor part. Look, it's not that bad. Trust me, it's not that bad. But
It's a beautiful home. We're asking $795 for it. It's a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, just under 4,000 square feet. Like I said, it's move-in ready. The floors are amazing, and I think they spent $80,000 extra in upgrade on these marble floors.
And you want to talk about, if you have a family, being able to walk right out of this house across the street to an awesome park, huge soccer field, basketball
It is
court,
right there. And this house
right on the lake.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The unique part of the house is there's an upstairs suite. So if you've got an older kid or a bad kid you want to get rid of, just send them upstairs.
And it's in a cul-de-sac.
And then
It's
the
in a
remainder
cul-
of the house is all one single floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Give me the square footage on this again and the price point.
It's 3,800 as we're asking $795 for it. And again, Jenny mentioned that they would be entertaining some offers if they want some furniture that goes along with it, because it's furnished beautifully. Yeah.
I think if I were to move, I would probably move into that neighborhood. I love the
come
resort.
on over. Let me show you this.
You got a house to show me, do you?
I do. Let's get out of
Have
here.
an open house tomorrow. I'll be there for sure. As long as you bring the cookies, I'll come to your open house. All right, back to your questions here. Edgar in Winter Springs says, why is my home's assessed value different than the market value? So I think he's saying the property appraiser showing one thing, you're telling me another. How does that work?
I actually don't know the algorithm that they're using currently. Jenny, can you speak to the assessed value on that?
No.
Let me tell you what I see. So some property appraisers in the state will tell you that you can just count every time that your house property appraiser value is going to be 75% of the actual value. However, you'll talk to another property appraiser. I don't mean someone you hire to appraise your house. I mean the county property appraisers have told me this on this show. Some of them have said it's 75%, about 75% of the value. Others have said, no, we try to get the exact value. So I don't know either. I can tell you from being in this industry for the longest time, if you go to your county property appraiser website, whatever that value tells you, that is going to be generally less than what your house is actually worth. Do you agree with that?
I would say that's
and 75% generally a decent rule of thumb. So whatever the tax bill says that your house is worth more than that, almost every single time. All right, Lisa. Sorry about that, Lisa. Lisa and Eustace says, how much of the sales price do I get? So how do you figure out the net?
Help me.
Okay. Well, how much do you owe on the house, Lisa?
And that's the thing. I think she wants us to go through that. So obviously you got to take away the mortgage first.
You got to pay off all the debt on the home.
Once the mortgage is paid off, how do we get to her net from that point?
The mortgage?
Yeah. Well,
we pay the mortgage off. There's obviously a small commission that's going to be paid to both the buyer and seller's rep. Keep the rest.
Yeah. Maybe closing costs, maybe some title work a little bit, but I mean, generally speaking, is there a percentage you kind of think in your head that's going to come off the top?
Let's say 2%.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. I think that's about right too. Angela in Marion County checks in. Love watching the show on clickorlando.com. Do discount agents provide the same service as more expensive agents? I think we've all seen the guy driving around the truck saying $500 to sell your house or whatever. I mean, what do you think?
I just think that if you're going to cut commissions, personally, I do cut commissions on certain things, but I think if you're going to cut it so much that I don't feel like a lot of agents, exactly, I don't think a lot of agents are actually going to do their due diligence.
Also,
some of them will, but some of them won't.
Also, when you're using these flat fee brokerages, okay, great, it's $1,100 to list my house, but at the end of the day, then it's costing this to write the contract, and it's an a la carte service, and like I said, you get what you pay for. Right. So depending how experienced or knowledgeable you are, most people, from my experiences, want somebody, a professional that's there full time. Taking care of everything.
I'm a big advocate of hiring the right agent, but I'm also an advocate of not really trying to negotiate that. Generally, a 6% commission covers the buyer's agent and your agent. I don't really like negotiating that right out of the box, because the first thing your listing agent's going to do is put it on MLS saying that they're only paying a lesser commission to the buyer's agent. So that buyer's agent, while ethically I don't think they can do this, whose house are they going to show their client to?
Exactly.
Yours, where they're getting less money, or the person down the street?
Right.
I don't really like doing this. Okay, if your house is $1 million, $2 million, we can have that talk. But if it's the regular $250 to $350 to $400, I think if you hire the right agent who's going to maximize your value on your home, I pay the 6%. That's what I do. And I certainly am not going to mess with any for sale by owner. You're setting yourself up for failure and oftentimes disaster when you go that direction. All right, one more house to show you as well. Now, this is in Sorrento. Some people don't know Sorrento, but it's literally 5 minutes from Lake Mary, it feels like.
Once you closer every day. They keep putting a new expressway in to get out there.
They sure do. I love Sorrento. This is Redtail Reserve Boulevard in Sorrento.
Yes.
Tell me about this one, Jen.
So this one is off of 46, like just before you get to Redtail itself. It's a gated neighborhood. This house was built in 2015. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,317 square feet. And it's going for $369,000.
$369. Let me think about your payment on that. $1,650, maybe $1,700.
I mean,
to own this house, to pay the mortgage. You rent, you're going to pay $2,800 a month if you were to rent this place. I'm telling you, if you're in the rental market right now and you have even somewhat decent credit, you need to look at buying. With these rates, even if you're overpaying for the house a little bit right now, if you can get a 2.7% rate, you're going to call me 3 or 5 years from now and say, thank you, Justin. Thank you for telling me to buy, because you will not regret it, I guarantee that.
That's country living, like you said, 5 minutes outside of the city, and
10 minutes to Mount Dora.
Exactly.
Not even 5 minutes to Mount Dora.
I love that Sorrento area. You feel like you're kind of back in the rural area, but you're really close to everything. If you want to see any of these houses, I can connect you right now. 407-205-0400. We can go see them this weekend if you want. Jen would be happy to take you. Alex would be happy to take you to see any of these properties over the weekend. Steve in Melbourne checks in. What is the first step for buying a home? What do you think, Jen?
Contact a real estate agent.
I totally agree.
Yes.
Find out what you can afford comfortably. Yeah.
And you're going to help me figure out what I can afford, but also, do I need to get a pre-approval?
Absolutely. Like I said,
100%.
the market's moving so fast right now. Get us involved immediately. Get your lender involved immediately. Because if you do find something and it's worth buying, it's priced right, it's a good home, it's clean, it's probably going to sell fast. You don't want to have to start the process after you found the home that you like.
Lastly, Jose in Kissimmee says, can I back out of buying a house once I go under contract? What do you guys think?
The way we write our contracts, you have a couple outs in the deal. We're going to do an inspection and do our due diligence. You've also got a financing contingency in there, so yeah.
How long do I normally have to do my inspections? And I find mold, I want to back out of this thing. How long do I normally have? How many days?
Anywhere from 7 to 14 days is a good amount of time. You don't want to do it. You want to make sure you have time to get the right inspector in there, go over the report, talk to the seller to see if this is something they're willing to make improvements or fix, and then after that it's a negotiation. And if you're not happy with it, then we cancel the contract, you get your deposit back, and we move on. And
all the reason why you need to hire a real estate agent to help you buy your house. You can get in trouble. This is the biggest investment of your life. Hire the right agent, and these two are great ones right here. And by the way, thank you for coming. That was awesome.
Thanks
it wasn't
for
that
having
bad. Excellent work today. Alex, great to meet you on the show, brother.
Thanks so much.
You did
man.
great. I think that was a lot of fun. Great information. Tom, I hope you're happy, buddy. Thanks for shaking me up a little bit to get to some of these questions from the last few weeks. And so thank you, Tom. Most importantly, thank you for joining us here today. If you're looking to sell your home, you want to have it featured on our show, give me a call right now. We'll do it for you, no problem. If you want to get pre-approved, Dallas Lehman is here again. The same phone number, 407-205-0400. I am attorney Justin Clark, and I'll see you next week for You Have Real Estate.
Do you want to feature your home for free on our show? My name is Vivian Lehman with You Have Realty, and we've come up with a comprehensive marketing strategy to get your home sold quickly. Whether buying or selling, we have all the resources for your real estate transaction: builder, insurance, title, mortgage, and we might even know Justin Clark. All under one roof. Call us at 407-205-0400.